النهارده كام يا محمد؟ النهارده كام؟
Good evening.
Good evening, Miss Hannah.
Hi, Miss Noha.
Hi, Miss Hannah. How are you?
Fine, alhamdulillah. How are you?
How are you? Alhamdulillah.
Okay, welcome back. Today, inshallah, we will have our third tag. I'll start sharing the screen. Welcome back. So happy to have you again. Today, inshallah, we will start our third tag, tag number 3, pronunciation skills. Okay, so let's read together the outcomes of today's session. Waiting for more to join. So today, inshallah, we will talk about features of connected speech, techniques to raise our learners' awareness of aspects of pronunciation, and a range of pronunciation activities. And we will evaluate these activities together. Can we use these activities with our learners or not? Okay. So let's start in the very beginning. I'd like to show you some opinions of teachers talking about pronunciation. So let's read them together and tell me which one do you agree with.
نسيت يا ابن
Which one do you agree with?
Yes, so which teacher do you agree with? Here we have 5 teachers talking about pronunciation, teaching pronunciation in the classroom. Okay. I'm so sorry, I muted some of you because of the noise. Okay. So, for example, number 1, I don't have enough time to teach pronunciation. There's too much grammar and vocab to get through in the syllabus. Number 2, hi Nahid, by the way, your camera is on. Your camera is on. Miss Noha, could you please mute yourself because I think someone is talking to you? Okay, so again, Nahid, can you hear me? Nahid Kamal, can you hear me? Okay, your camera is on. I don't know if you want to keep it on or not. So you can switch it off if you don't want, okay? It's up to you, but I'd like just to know that. Okay, so again. Okay, so again, here we have some opinions of teaching pronunciation in the classroom. And I'd like you to get through these opinions and tell me which one do you agree with, okay? Number one,
Yeah.
it's about time.
I don't agree. Number one. I disagree.
Miss Noha, could you please change your place if it is possible? Because there is much noise next to you. Okay, so number one is talking about time, and there is no much time or enough time to teach pronunciation in the classroom because we have got a lot of or much grammar and vocab to get through in the syllabus or the curriculum. Here in the chat box, Nabila said, I don't agree, so I can teach it through grammar or spelling conversation. Hey, Nabila, this is for number one. Thank you, Nabila. Okay, what do you think? Number one, think that he doesn't have enough time to teach pronunciation because he has much grammar and vocab to get through. So what do you think? Do you agree with him?
I disagree.
Yes, Maha, why?
It's important to teach pronunciation for the students.
Okay, do you have enough time to teach?
I can teach it through dialogue, through role play, through videos, download videos, listening to it. Then we play the game of role play with the student. I can make a time to teach pronunciation. It's very important to teach pronunciation.
Okay, so lack of time is not an excuse.
What?
Lack of time is
I can't.
Yeah, I mean, lack of time is not an excuse.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move to number two. She said, from time to time, I play pronunciation game to have fun. The learners enjoy that and it makes a change inside the class. What do you think? Do you think it's a good idea to have a pronunciation game in the classroom?
Yeah.
It's okay. Yes. Just a minute, Miss Noha. Fatma Yunus agree with number two. If you could tell me why, Fatma? Yes, Miss Noha, it's okay. You agree with her.
Yeah, yeah.
Why? Why do you agree with her?
Because as I said before, pronunciation is very important to teach for students. So I can, when I play the game of pronunciation, the learner, as she said, enjoy and make a change. It's not all the lessons about grammars or vocab only. I have to teach pronunciation.
Yes, of course, yes.
Yeah.
Playing games.
So videos or games through pronunciation or vocab or grammar make a change. From time to time, make a change between the learners in my class.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, yeah. Because playing games, it makes the lesson fun and it's really memorable. Okay.
Yeah.
Here, Nabila, yes, agrees with the number two, and Fatma said the pupils get fun and learn it. Yes, that's right. They learn through playing. Yes, in games. Okay, number three, I don't really feel that confident teaching the pronunciation, so I tend to avoid it. What do you think? Is it a good idea to avoid the pronunciation if I don't feel such confident? Hello, Raghda.
Hello, Miss Hana.
Hi, Raghda.
I miss you a lot.
Miss you too. See you soon, inshallah. So here Nabila said the first grade enjoys learning pronunciation. Yes. Yeah, I feel that.
I didn't catch the question.
Okay, the question here, Raghda, we have opinions of different teachers. They are talking about teaching pronunciation in the classroom, and I'd like to know what's your opinion. Which one do you agree with? Here we have 5 different opinions, and we are in number 3. She said, I don't really feel that confident teaching pronunciation, so I tend to avoid it. So she doesn't care of teaching pronunciation because she doesn't feel that she is confident teaching pronunciation.
I don't agree with him completely because pronunciation is a fundamental part or a vital part in English language, and it's very important for all the parts for the other parts of the language, because teaching pronunciation help in the other parts such as speaking and grammar. Exactly. And reading, listening. So the pronunciation is what we start with. So we continue in teaching language after we make a base in the students by teaching them pronunciation in a correct way.
Yes, and I agree with you, Raghda, because pronunciation is related with other language aspects like grammar and speaking or reading. So this is, I think it's all about the teacher. So for example, if I don't feel confident teach stress, so why not reading about how to teach stress or asking other teachers how to teach stress, attending other classes to know what the other teacher are doing while teaching stress and so on. Yes. Yeah.
We must read and prepare, and we must.
Yes. Okay.
Can I prepared before?
Yes, and yes, yeah, that's right. Fatma disagree because she feels that I must be confident as much as possible. Yes, I'll do my best to teach it well as much as I can. Okay.
Can I say something?
Yeah, sure, Noha.
I disagree. I must teach pronunciation, and I can teach pronunciation if I haven't more confidence through simple sentence. Or through classroom rules or classroom language, as I teach my student how to say please, sorry, thank you, may I go to the bathroom. All of these sentences are simple.
Yes, I can use.
I can teach.
I agree with you, Noha. I can teach or focus on problematic pronunciation
until I improve my pronunciation through exercises or through listening or watch to a film. All these things can improve my pronunciation.
Yes, thank you, Noha. And here,
thanks, Miss Hanim.
Miss Asma, she said she doesn't agree with number 3 because pronunciation is the most important part of language.
Yeah.
And yes, I'll try as it's very yes. Iman, it get better by practice. Yes, sure. Yeah, that's right. Yes, I agree with you. Okay, let's move to number 4. There could be separate lessons on pronunciation. It's very important that learners have correct pronunciation. So look at this opinion. We think that it's very important to have separate pronunciation lessons in the unit or in the syllabus. What do you think?
I agree with that.
Yes, Mr. Reda, can you tell me why?
Because the new curriculum care about the separate pronunciation lessons,
yes.
And all of us as teachers don't care about lessons that the curriculum doesn't care about it.
Can you explain the last sentence? So we don't care?
As we teacher, we care about the curriculum parts. If
Yes.
if there aren't any parts about the pronunciation, maybe neglect it or don't care much about it.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, I agree with you that
Miss Hania.
has separate lessons about pronunciation. Yes, I think in the all grades.
Miss Hania,
Yes, Amal.
Miss Hania,
Yes, Amal, I can.
I agree with this view, this point of view.
Miss Hannah,
Hello, hello.
Yes, Amal.
Miss
Yeah,
Hania.
go ahead. I can hear you, Amal.
Yes, I agree with. I agree with this point of view. We have in Connect 4 some lessons discuss stress, syllable, short vowel, long vowels, consonant blends. This helps students to identify how to pronounce.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, that's right. They are really
also Miss Hannah,
when we have separate lessons, pronunciation lessons, exactly. And I'll check here the chat box. Fatma, I agree completely because it will be as a rule for the pupil. Yeah, so each unit we have a lesson about pronunciation. They will get used. Yes. Manar,
and also
I agree because they learn and pronounce letters well. Because Manar, I know you work with the KG students, and I think it's really challenging to teach pronunciation in this stage. Thank you, Manar. Raghda, you raised your hand. Go ahead.
yes, I think this way makes the curriculum much specific and make the students much concentrated, or make the students to have a concentrated lesson about a certain topic, and they have much practice for the rule, and it may has a song or much practice for this rule or for the pronunciation part.
Yeah, sure, definitely. When I have a separate lesson, is better than having just an activity in a lesson. So here, the students will get used that they have a lesson about pronunciation in each unit or after a certain number of lessons. Yes. Okay. The last one, I try to deal with pronunciation. For example, when I have a problem, when learners they make a mistake or nobody can understand what they are saying. So he just care of pronunciation when the students have a mistake or something wrong, or when someone can't understand each other, okay? When the students can't understand each other. So in such cases, he said that in such cases, he cares of pronunciation. What do you think?
I disagree with this, Hannah.
Hi, Asma.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Because sometimes students pronounce something wrong. If I didn't correct it, they will keep pronouncing it in the same way they pronounce it as the first time.
Yes, correction is very important. Yes, that's right.
So I must deal with the pronunciation mistakes continuously and immediately.
Yes.
Don't leave them till there is a problem or they notice.
Yeah.
They will keep on this way. They pronounce it, and on the contrary, they learn by peers in this early stage of learning.
Yeah, sure, exactly. Yes.
So the rest of the class will pronounce it in the same way of their colleagues.
Yes, yeah, that's right. So it's not necessary that the teacher himself or herself corrects the mistakes. He can give learners themselves a chance to correct each other or correct themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Thanks a lot for your
Thank
opinions. Now we will move to another point, which is the useful phrases that the teachers use while teaching pronunciation, like listen and repeat. Can you suggest other useful phrases which teachers can use in the classroom while teaching pronunciation? Like listener, of course, teaching pronunciation, of course, I do drills and say something and student repeat after me. I am talking here about useful phrases that the teachers can use, like instructions or questions, sentences that students can repeat while teaching pronunciation. Can you suggest some phrases?
Listen and point.
Yes, listen and point. It can be point to the sound or
Yes.
a group of sounds. Yes.
Mm. Sing a song.
Yeah, sing a song or listen and sing. Yes. What?
We also can use the listen and point to the sound you hear.
Sure. Listen and point to the sound you hear. Yes.
Listen and write the consonant blending.
Yeah, listen and write the consonant blending. Yes. For example, when I say plane, they will write PL. Yeah.
Okay, we can ask them to put true or false. Put true if they are the same sound, if the two words are the same sound,
Yes.
or put false if they are not.
Yeah, that's right. So put a tick or a cross if a tick, the two words have the same sound, or cross if they have different sounds. Yes. Okay.
Role playing. Role play.
Yes.
Yeah.
Role play. Yeah.
It's a dialogue.
Yes. And
They both end with the same sound. Listen and write true or false.
for example, do they both have the same sound? Yes. Yeah, that's right.
Listen, underline, listen, and
Yeah, sure.
number.
Listen and underline or listen and number. So which one is number?
Listen and
Syllables.
Which sound is number one? So long A is number one, long A is number two, and
listen and choose.
listen and choose. Okay. Listen
Choose. Yeah.
the sounds.
For yeah. Also, or choose the sentence.
Or yes.
As for grade 5 and 6.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Here we have some examples of useful phrases that teachers can use in the classroom. What is the stress in this word? Like in grade 4, they have stress lesson about stress. How many syllables are there in this word? In primary 2, how many syllables? How do you pronounce this word? Is this question rising or falling? It's all about the intonation. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the sound? Is it s or th? Okay, listen and repeat. Repeat after me. This is what we use all of the time. How many words can you hear?
Can you hear?
Yes. What happens to these sounds when
To the sound
contracted form?
from.
Are these sounds the same or different? For example, ch, sh, okay? Is this a vowel or a consonant? Which is the most common sound in English, the schwa? Okay, so these some of the useful pronunciation phrases that we can use while teaching pronunciation. Okay. Now we will move to a very important point, which is terminology. Useful terminology to know about pronunciation. Okay. Let's start with weak forms, intonation, and pitch. And after them, we will talk about features of connected speech. I think it's a very important point, okay? So let's start here with the weak forms. In general, the weak forms are the vowels that are unstressed, like but sound, schwa, and a, short I, okay? And of course, schwa, I think all of you know that, is the most common weak form. It's unstressed, okay? It can be stressed. Another one, which is intonation. Intonation describes the way in which a person voice moves up and down. Okay, and the pitch describes the level of someone's voice when they are speaking, low and high, low and high. This is the pitch. Okay, up and down. This is the intonation. Okay, and what is really important today is the features of connected speech. And this is what we will talk about today, features of connected speech. Let's start with contraction, okay? Number one, contraction, instead of saying I will, I'll. Instead of
I'll.
saying yes, instead of saying is not, isn't, yes.
Isn't.
This is contraction, okay? Number two, linking. Linking, it occurs when we have a consonant followed by a vowel. Consonant followed by a vowel. And we have many examples in the phrasal verbs. When we pronounce phrasal verbs in connected speech, we have to make linking. What is linking? Instead of saying you should ask, how can I pronounce that in connected speech? You should ask. You should ask. You should ask. Okay? So again,
You should ask.
yes, it's supposed not to say you should ask. Should ask. It's supposed to say you should ask. You should ask. So here we have linking. When I have a sound followed by a vowel. Okay? And it will be clear when I try to pronounce phrasal verbs, like look at. It's supposed not to say look at, look at, look at, look at, as if I pronounce the sound k with at. So look at, look at, like get up. It's supposed not to say get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. So I say get up, get up, get up. Okay, this is linking. Okay, so again, linking occurs in connected speech when we have a consonant followed by a vowel. Okay, this is for linking. We have something in the chat box. Yes, thank you, Alia. Okay, let's move to another one, assimilation. Assimilation, something or a sound looks is similar to another sound. So here we have two consonants, okay? Two consonants, okay? One of them will be in the connected speech, will be similar to another sound, okay? For example, here we have an example. I have green paper. So it's supposed not to say I have green paper.
I have green paper.
Green paper, green paper. Look at my lips, they get together. Green paper, green paper, green paper. Okay, not green paper. Here, the letter N is similar to the letter P. P. If I want to pronounce the letter B, it's supposed to make my lips closer. P. So the letter N here
Green
comes like
paper.
the letter P. So green paper, green paper, green paper. Okay, so this is assimilation. So a consonant is similar to another consonant. So assimilation occurs when a consonant is followed by a consonant. Okay, this is the second or the third feature of connected speech. Number 4, elision. And elision, it means that a sound drop. It's dropped. Why? Because it disappears. Again, elision means disappearing. Okay, a sound disappear. So some sound disappear, and it's often the sounds t and the, t and the. And when we have consonant cluster, for example, here, see you next time, next time, next time. Yeah, it's supposed not to say next time. No, as if I have
Next time.
Next time, next time, next time. So it's supposed to pronounce not as 2T. No, it's supposed not to say next time, next time, next time, next time. As if the letter T, the first T dropped. Okay. For example, I don't know. It's supposed to say I don't know.
Don't know.
Yes, I don't know. I don't know. This is illusion. Illusion. Okay? So let's see them together. The features of speech. Number one, contraction, the short form. When I have, for example, a verb and not, have not, is not, are not. So are not, aren't, is not, isn't. This number one, contraction. Okay? Linking, when I have a consonant followed by a vowel. Consonant followed by a vowel. This is linking. Okay? So what should I pronounce the sound here? It's supposed to pronounce the last consonant with the first vowel. The last consonant in the word with the first vowel. Okay, like here, should ask. Okay, and of course, the phrasal verbs. It's supposed not to teach my students get up. It's supposed to say get up, get up. At. Okay. Find out, find out, find out, not find out, find out, find out, okay? And every morning we say stand up. No, it's supposed to say stand up, stand up. Yes, so pronounce the letter D with the preposition up, stand up, stand up, stand up, okay? This is linking, okay, linking. I have a consonant followed by a vowel. Okay, so don't separate. Yes, don't separate the verb and the preposition. Oh. Yes, that's it. Okay, assimilation to look like each other, similar to. Okay, assimilation. So the sound is similar to the following sound. Okay, we have two consonants. So the first consonant is pronounced as the second or the following consonant, okay? In paper, okay? When I have white bag, one sound, bag, white bag. White bag. White bag, white bag, white bag, white bag, not white bag, okay? Illusion to delete a sound, okay? So here, especially when we have, as I said, consonant cluster, okay? So next time, suppose not to say next time, don't know, not don't know, okay? Okay, any questions so far? Any questions?
Miss Hannah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Miss Hannah, illusion here only when I have T or D or another, or there are another alphabet.
Okay, we have of course the short E. It's supposed to be weak form. When I have weak form, as I said, but sound, schwa, and short E. Okay, sometimes these sounds are unstressed, weak form. So I pronounce them as weak forms, unstressed. But especially we drop especially these words while speaking in connected speeches.
Yeah, thank you.
For illusion. Okay. Let's move to the last feature, which is which is intrusion. And intrusion means to insert or to add, okay? To add a sound. What are the sounds here? W and ye, w and ye, w and ye. In such cases, we will explain that together. We add sounds like w and ye, and this is called intrusion. Intrusion means to insert or to add, okay? For example, here, when we have a word ends in long U, L, O, like to ask, in connected speech is supposed to say to ask, to ask. To ask. Yes, to ask. So here, after long U, you add a vowel here or a sound here, which is we, to ask, to ask, to ask, okay? When I say no I, no why, no why, no why, no I, supposed to say no why, no why. So here again, I add a sound which is weh sound, weh sound. Okay, another one, how are you? How are you? How are you? This is not connected speech. Supposed to say how are you? How are you? So how here, how, what is the last sound? Ow, how are you? How are you? So here I add another sound which is ow, which is weh, sorry, which is weh, okay? This is intrusion, intrusion, to insert, to add a sound, which is weh and yeah, okay? When I add yeah sound, when I have a word ending in E, long E, eh, short I, a, long A, I, and I. Okay, let's have some examples. A tree in a park, a tree in a park, a tree in a park. Okay, when I say a tree in a park, this is not connected speech. A tree in a park, a tree in this in long E, and we have a vowel in N, in short I. So a trillion, a trillion. You can look at the transcription here. Trillion, a tree in a bark, a tree in a bark. So as we say that while speaking, it's supposed not to say a tree in a bark, a tree in a bark. Okay, so here we add an extra sound, which is the sound yeah, yeah sound. Okay, day in May, day in, day in. Day in May, day in May. Of course, the word day ends in long A, and we have vowel in N, short I, day in, a day in May, a day in May, okay? And another example, I asked him, I ask it, 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 I asked him, I asked him. Okay, I asked him. So here we add a sound which is yeah sound. A boy and his friends, a boy and oi sound, and a vowel. A boy and his friends, a boy and his friends. So here we add extra sound which is yeah sound. And this is called intrusion, a feature of connected speech. Okay, so again, we have features of connected speech, which are contraction, linking, consonant and vowel, assimilation to consonant, elision, I omit,
Simulation.
I delete a sound, and intrusion, I add a sound, which is yeah and we. Okay, any questions so far?
We.
About features of speech?